Welcome back, everyone. It is Aric from Candy, and today we are going to be checking out the Dragapult back from the Fusion Strike set. You know, I've said this before in other videos, but definitely the theme of Brilliant Stars, outside of Arceus coming out, of course, is that it just breathes life into so many of these old archetypes that previously were unplayable or, you know, maybe just not quite good enough. And Dragapult's definitely in that camp. I think this is always, a pretty solid stage 2 that we have, but thanks to some new cards that just came out and some slight shifts in the meta, this card definitely could be a much better single prize deck. So if you guys aren't familiar with the Fusion Strike Dragapult, it's pretty cool. For just a single Psychic Energy, does 30 for each of your Fusion Strike Pokemon in play. So of course we flood the board with these and Genesect and just try to do tons of damage, two-shotting a lot of Pokemon VMAX and usually being able to one-shot Pokemon V and Pokemon VSTAR. So that is going to be the general gist of the deck we're exploring today. And before we get any deeper, if you guys can't remember to smack that like button to help me beat my arch nemesis, the YouTube algorithm. And if you need any cards to complete this Dragapult deck for yourself, you can check out our friends at PTCGO Use that coupon code RARECANDY at checkout to get yourselves a discount. And Rare Candy's patrons not only had early access to this deck list, but also have their own exclusive discount code for even bigger savings. Links will be down below in the description. But diving back into our Dragapult deck today, you know, taking a look at the rest of the Pokemon, we don't have a whole lot going on. We just want to fill our boards with Dragapults. And of course, the best other Fusion Strike Pokemon in the format, that is going to be Genesect, which is going to be the backbone and draw engine of our deck. And being able to play a card like Genesect in this Dragapult deck is such a luxury too, because the big issue with Stage 2s is that they usually lack that consistency that those basic and Stage 1 and VSTAR and VMAX decks have. And being able to use Fusion Strike systems every turn to dig through your deck pretty much ensures we almost always can find our Dragapults and rare candies on the turns that we need them. But we are playing one non-Fusion Strike Pokemon, and that of course is just gonna be Manaphy to protect against things like Rapid Strike Urshifu and Jolteon VMAX, just because, you know, we are still a Stage 2 deck with these low HP basics. We are susceptible to those, you know, pretty quick sniping attacks that our opponents can get up and running with. So Manaphy, you know, it is going to restrict our draw power and our damage output, but I think it's absolutely necessary for those matchups. You know, looking at our trainer cards, we have a ton of them in this deck. And if you'll notice, our supporter count's kind of weird. We have 2 boss, of course, but the only other supporter in the deck we have right now is 3 copies of Skyla, which is a card we don't really see too often. But Skyla says we get to search your deck for a trainer card, reveal it, and put it into our hand. And usually that's all we need, if I'm just being honest. Typically, you're going to find yourself with a Dragapult or an Ultra Ball in hand, but you might lack that rare candy that you need to evolve. So just scour for the piece that you need, and Genesect can still dig through your deck to help find you the other cards that you need in a given turn. Or if your opponent plays something like Path, all you have to do is play Skyla to grab your Stadium to be able to use your abilities once again. Or even on the first turn of the game, you can use Skyla to grab something like a Battle VIP Pass to guarantee a solid setup in the early portions of the game. So yeah, I've experimented with some other different supporters in the deck, but the 3 Skylas feels surprisingly decent, I have to say. But looking at the rest of our trainer cards, a lot of this is just going to be Pokemon search, as we need a good bit of it to get set up. We do have 2 copies of Air Balloon and 1 copy of Escape Rope. Those are going to be our retreating methods. We have the 4 power tablets, but one of the big cards that we just got in Brilliant Stars, which, you know, it helps every deck, but it's especially good for Dragapult, is going to be Choice Belt. This is going to be another damage modifier we can add to the mix to ensure that we can one-shot those multi-prize Pokemon with our Dragapults. So if we run through the math, full bench Fusion Strike Pokemon's 180 by default. You know, between Choice Belts and our, of course, very important power tablets, we have lots of ways at doing tons of damage. But our damage output doesn't stop there, though. We have the 3 copies of Old Cemetery as our Stadium of Choice to put 2 damage counters on non-psychic Pokemon whenever they attach energy to them. And then on top of that, we also have the 4 copies of the Horror Psychic Energy as well for an additional 2 damage whenever our opponent attacks into us with this. So yeah, I think Dragapult has lots of ways at dealing tons of damage while only giving up a single prize at a time. One more card I do want to point out, we have the 1 copy of Tool Scrapper in the deck just to remove our opponent's tool cards. There are a lot of decks right now playing Big Charm, like Arceus variants, and frequently this is going to basically just read, this is basically like a 5th power tablet in those sort of situations. So I definitely want to point that out before we wrap up. But yeah, that's the deck list. Let's get in some games and see how this Stage 2 Dragapult deck is going to do today. Okay, we can live with this hand, I think. It's like, got some awkward pieces, but we got a Battle VIP pass, so that's enough usually to keep us going for a little bit. Okay, gonna be Mew. And hey, that is actually a good top deck. We will happily take that. So just gonna do the 2 Genesects. Let's see what we have. We did prize a Dracloak. Probably not a big deal. We have all of our candies. We did prize a Power Tablet. That is relevant here. That might potentially one-shot or limit a one-shot at some point. So I don't think we're going to need Old Cemetery or Tool Scrapper. They're not playing Path, so, and they're Psychic, so we don't really care about their stadium too much. So let's go for another Genesect, I think. Or actually, another Dreepy doesn't sound awful to me either. But I guess we have higher chances of being able to draw into a Dreepy than a Genesect because of the Fog Crystals in deck. So I think for that reason, we'll just go for another one of these guys. Okay, so we'll get down our... Sure, we'll do the Horror Psychic back here. Well, that's kind of annoying, not gonna lie. Sure, we'll do this, which feels bad. Because I wanted this one a different Dreepy. Yikes. Well, I'm glad I went for the 3rd Genesect, but even still, this is rough. I really wish Mew played Marnie for, like times like this, honestly. Hopefully we just avoid the turn 1 KO because we really can't afford to lose this Dreepy right now. Because our hand is like borderline unplayable. And we need every bench Pokemon possible to make sure that we can keep drawing cards. But yeah, having the Dragapult really, or having a handful of Dragapult really sucks here. So there's the Cram. Please let's see a Tails. We want to survive. Okay, that's good. Gare of Escape Rope, also potentially good for us, but I'm sure they were looking for the Elisa Sparkle here. Power Tablet, okay. That's, I guess, fine to see. I guess we're not worried about tablets either way. And Peony, okay, so that's not an Elisa Sparkle, that's great. So I imagine we'll probably see Battle VIP Pass from them. Yeah, and then a Sparkle for the next turn. Okay, so we were a little bit fortunate being able to save our poor little Dreepy from being knocked out here. So yeah, they're just plowing through their deck. And they're going to feed us the Meloette. That's fine. I actually don't hate that. Please, Rare Candy. No, we don't have Rare Candy. There is a world where we knock out Meloetta with a bunch of Power Tablets here. So yeah, let's go with Fusion Strike Systems. Okay. Unfortunately, Dragapult, you are hitting the bin. You are in my way right now. So let's see a Rare Candy. We absolutely want that. Okay, that's what I'm talking about, guys. So we'll do this. And actually what I'm going to do this turn, I think we're actually just going to go for an Escape Rope. More than likely. But we might be able to draw into it via Genesect, so I don't want to play this guy with just yet. We're going to save that for the end here. Alright, so that's fine. Skyla. Go for the Escape Rope here. Well, I mean, I guess either way, honestly, guys, we... But I guess we could just boss twice at that point. Oh. We prized all of our bosses. That's annoying. We could hit one off the prizes though, so yeah, I think our plan is just boss twice. Boss two more 2 prizers. So yeah, let's go for the Escape Rope. Probably give us a Genesect, makes sense. So I'll just retreat. I want to save this guy since it does have the Choice Belt. And at that point, we can just go for the Fusion Strike Assault because we burned the 2 power tablets. So yeah, that should be enough to knock out Genesect. And if we can just hit 2 boss off the prize, that'd be great. Or at least 1 for this next turn. That's like the big thing I want to see. Hey, that's great. We get 1 boss, and Dracloak also okay with that too. Okay, there's the attachment. We know they have Elisa Sparkle, so we'll probably see them play that one, I would imagine. Okay, getting rid of Balvia P-Pass for Genesect feels good. I know that feeling. It's like a perfect discard. There is the Training Court. That's actually not a bad stadium for us either. We can get back our Psychic Energies if need be. And Training Court's also cool. It might allow us some cool plays with Quicken Ultra Balls, where if we don't want to discard certain things, we can get back our energy and just pitch them away instead. So if they don't evolve this Mew, that would be nice. I would like to actually just chase that down. I mean, we want a boss twice either way to win, but I'd rather knock out a Mew as opposed to a Genesect if we have the option. So let's see, what are they going to do? Okay, they're digging through their deck. I mean, at least we know we're safe from a boss, since they played the Elisa Sparkle this turn. There's the Melodious Echo, so we're cool with that, guys. So yeah, we can chase down this Mew this turn, pick that guy off. So yeah, I'll promote this guy. Manaphy, we do not care about you, my friend. So I think I'm just going to do just our Pokemon because we do have the Training Court in play right now. So yeah, we'll do this. Quick Ball away, get rid of Manaphy. We don't care about you. And I gotta say, guys, I'm feeling pretty good about the spot that we're in. I don't really foresee us losing this one, if I'm being honest. So we will just go for the boss over here on the poor little Mew V. And we're just relying on hitting our other boss out of the prizes at this point. Okay, so let's go ahead and... How many Air Balloon are we down? Just the 1. Okay. I'm not too really worried about like a boss stall play anyways. So let's go ahead and... Sure, we can get this down over here. I think I'm cool with that, because we're just going to candy into this guy anyways. We could get down the Old Cemetery, but... Yeah, I don't think we care about this energy in discard. Let's just do this. That way we can play down our hand a little bit more here, and we'll go for the Fusion Strike Systems for 1 more card. Okay, so pretty good hand lineup for next turn. We can Candy Dragapult, evolve, or re-bench this Dreepy. Let's see, we get Psychic Energy, and can we get the last boss? We get Ultra Ball. Honestly, though, guys, I think we're still in a good spot to potentially take this game. Taking out the Mew V was also nice because it got rid of the Fusion Strike Energy. Okay, there's going to be the Power Tablets and the Melodious Echo. We're cool with that. It can be annoying, though, if we don't hit boss off of this prize. Because that'll force us into needing 3 attacks to win the game, which I think we can still do. Okay, so let's Candy over here. And I definitely want to save this Dragapult if possible, because it has our Choice Belt. We don't want to attack into a Meloetta with that thing. And let me make sure I'm not going crazy. Yeah, our other boss is prized, so hopefully we have a 50-50 shot. Hopefully we get it out here. I think we can still win without it, but right now our opponent definitely has the potential of just going for 2 boss plays themselves and winning. So it does put us a little bit at risk in that regard. So let's get this down. Well, if we hit a Horror Psychic Energy, I would actually like to get that down instead, because that would make our math better against Mew to potentially take a 1-shot. Right, because if we got another belt, Yeah, because we went belt 2 tablets. That would... What, 210, 40? No, we still wouldn't be able to get there. All right. Yeah, right? 210, 40, 270. That'd be 290. Yeah, so it wouldn't quite be enough. We would have needed 2 Horror Psychics if we wanted to pull that off. So let's get rid of this. Don't really care about what's in the rest of our deck, really. I mean, at this point, it's just coming down to, can we fish the boss out of the prizes? And at that point, we're just going to retreat. And we get the victory screen. Okay. I still think they could have won, if I'm being honest. They still had a chance. If they just bossed twice, that would be enough for them. But I'll take the early concession. I'll never turn that down. Alrighty. This is a pretty good opening hand. I do like this a lot. Like, the big things you want with this deck, you just want to set up, on average, 4 Pokemon in play and have a counter stadium ready to go if you do get pathed. Broken top deck yet again. Okay. And opening 2 VIP pass always feels good, so we'll do this. Go for the VIP pass, 2 more Drue, and let's actually take a quick peek through our deck here. Okay, we have our 4th candy in hand. We have both our rods. We did prize 2 counter stadiums, so path actually could be really scary for us if we do go against that. So we're going to Fall Crystal right out the gate here. Just grab this Psychic Energy. Okay, and right now we have a really solid turn 2 lined up. So we're just going to pass over to our opponent. We have Candy, Dragapult, we have a manual Dracloak, we have the counter stadium if they do have the path, and we have a Skyway to get anything else that we might want. Maybe an Escape Rope could be good if they do bench a multi-prizer, which I'm kind of expecting here. If they're playing the Bidoof, that makes me think maybe Arceus. That's like a popular card you see paired. But there's a Great Ball. Is this going to be Mad Party? If so, that could be potentially kind of bad for us just because of all the multi-prizers that we play. Oh, interesting. Going to be Torterra. Now, unfortunately for them, though, I think we're going to win this one because we're going to get the first attack off and we're like, you know, and our decks, I think, is just going to be more consistent. Okay, yeah, and we have the Escape Rope. That's a feels bad for our opponent. I'm not going to lie. So we're just going to do this. We're going to Skylift for our Air Balloon as well. And yeah, I don't think we're going to lose this one, unfortunately, for our opponent. Like, yeah, they can eventually come back and try to pick off some Genesects, but I think we're going to be too far ahead, I'm not going to lie. I'm actually going to save our counter stadium too, because they're probably playing Turf Field, and I want to be able to counter their stadium. I'm not really too worried about the damage, though. So, sure, we'll do this. And I think I'm actually just going to get rid of the power tablets. Oh, victory screen. Just going to keep thinning. Probably grab Mana Feed, discard that to get another Dragapult. But yeah, I think we were going to run away with that one. But yeah, really sick opening. Kind of wish it would have been a better game, but hey, we'll take the dub. Alrighty, this is a pretty solid opening. I mean, any game where you open with Battle VIP Pass, it just kind of feels like you're going to have a good game. But especially with this hand, we have a lot of good stuff going on here. And it is going to be Arceus. So definitely curious what variant this is going to be. Path could be an issue for us, absolutely. Let's see. No Dragapults or anything prized. So we have all of our Pokemon. Though we did prize 1 Genesect. Oh no, we opened with Genesect. I'm dumb. So yeah, we have all of our Pokemon. We did prize a Candy. That is an issue. We did prize an Old Cemetery, but at least we have all of our Skylas. So if they do path us, we do still have some outs to that. And we did prize a Psychic Energy. So that means our Fog Crystals aren't going to be as effective in the mid game for getting energy back. But we do have, we did prize a Rod as well. That is a card that could be important too. But overall, we have, I think, a pretty strong looking start thus far. So let's go for the Fog Crystal. Just grab ourselves a little Drue over here. We'll go ahead. Oh no, we have Ordinary Rod in hand. I thought we prized our other one. My bad. Go for another Fog Crystal. So yeah, this is like pretty much a perfect setup at this point. And we could play the Quick Ball, but I don't think we need to. I don't think there's anything else we really want to hit. Maybe an Old Cemetery for the next turn. In case they path us, I'd like to have one in hand. Okay, and at this point, guys, well, I actually might try to keep digging a little bit more here. So what do we want to get rid of? We could just Ultra Ball. I think I'm kind of okay if we do that. Or well, I kind of want a Quick Ball instead. Yeah, we'll Quick Ball. We'll get rid of, I think, a Dragapult. I think we can live with that because we do have Rod. Yeah, I'm going to go with sure. And we're just going to fail. I want to be able to draw a few more cards here. Again, if we do get hit with the path, that's going to feel bad. Okay, so good. We hit our Old Cemetery, or a way to get Old Cemetery. That's the big thing I really wanted for our next turn. So we'll just pass over to our opponent here. So hopefully they don't go Marnie path. That's something that we would hate to see. But yeah, very curious what build this is going to be. This is going to be the Inteleon version. Is it going to be like the weird version with like Sandaconda and stuff? Oh, it's playing Rapid Strike Urshifu. Okay, but they are just going to discard that. I'm happy with that. We do have the Manaphy, but if we don't have to bench the Manaphy, we'd like to not have to. It restricts our damage output, restricts our draw power. So really hoping they just get scared of the Dragapults and just toss those away for the rest of the game. That'd be great. If they went first, I could have seen them trying to set it up because they'd be threatening the turn 2 Gmax Rapid Flow, but yeah. Okay, there's going to be the Trinity Charge. We're cool with that. And again, guys, we could have put down the Old Cemetery, but again, we were kind of worried about path because we don't really have our board set up just yet. Alright, so let's see what we're going to do here. Dragcloak, that's a decent card to get. We'll definitely get down Old Cemetery no matter what, I think. Get down Horror Psych Energy no matter what. So we need 2 damage modifiers to knock out an Arceus here. Which is definitely within the realm of possibility, guys. So I'm just going to... Yeah, we'll get this down. We'll Escape Rope. Yeah, we'll do this guy here. Sure, I guess we can evolve this Dracloak. I'm cool with that. Alright, so hopefully we get some decent stuff that we can Ultra Ball away or find rare candy. Okay, we get the candy. But our hand is a little bit clunky. I'm not going to lie. We still need 2 damage modifiers if we want to pull this off. I really don't want to have to 2-shot their Arceus. Like, we could Ultra Ball, but I really don't want to get rid of a Rod. I just don't. So let's go for the Fusion Strike systems. We did discard 1 Dragapult. So there is a world where we can afford to get rid of a Dreepy. So we'll grab Manaphy. We don't really care about this guy. Okay, we'll fail it. And I'm actually going to go ahead and use this Rod to get back our Dragapult line. I think it's unlikely we get this KO, but we could hit 2 Power Tablets. That would be good. Or Belt and Tablets would be ideal, actually. So fingers crossed, guys. We got 4 cards. Let's see what we can make happen. And we barely whiff, which does feel bad, I have to say. But nevertheless, we can still... We're still getting the first attack off, so we can, I think, still play the 2-shot game if we have to. But definitely unfortunate that we whiffed this KO. We were just 1 card short, guys. Would have been great to hit a Skyla or something there. Okay, there's going to be another Arceus. Or their first VSTAR, I should say. But hey, they are going to have to attach and play into the Old Cemetery, so that's definitely good. This is a turn where Path definitely could be bad for us because we don't have a Stadium. or a Skyla, like a way to get a stadium either. So let's see what they're going to get here. Probably a supporter. That's one thing we haven't seen from them just yet. Oh no! They're going to hit us with the Avery. Oh man, that is rough. That is rough. I'm not even going to lie. I don't know if we can win now, to be honest. This is too many Pokemon we've had to gotten rid of. Bro.
Stop! He's already dead.
And the path. That is absolutely disgusting. Like, what do you do against that? Like, okay, so sure, we'll do this. Oh my god, that Avery was so bad for us, guys. I don't know if we can win. Like, I'd like to Ordinary Rod, but that makes it harder to get something like a counter stadium. So we just have to go for the Fusion Strike Assault for 90. That is so rough. God, that Avery was insane. Because actually, could we have gotten a knockout? No, they had 40 on them. We could have done 210. Yeah, we still wouldn't have had the KO, but... And they're going to Marnies. I'm actually cool with that, though. Thank God. Our hand was completely dead. Hopefully we can... Now, I am bummed we lost the Rod. Because that's a bit of a bummer here. We still need a stadium. This hand is pretty unplayable for the moment. Please, can we get Skyla top deck or a stadium, please? I mean, we can hit for 60, but that's not enough either. I think they got this one, guys. We're gonna give it to them. Oh, the Avery Path KO was disgusting. There's no coming back from that one. Alright guys, that's going to do it for the Fusion Strike Dragapult deck today. I have to say, I really have been enjoying this deck a lot. This was one of my big pet decks back when Fusion Strike originally came out. And it's nice to be able to dust this thing off now that it has, of course, cards like Choice Belt and Ultra Ball in the mix to make it a little bit stronger. I mean, I think the biggest issue this deck faces are going to be decks that play Path, which is weird since this is a single prize deck. But of course, we are relying on the Genesect Vs to get set up. And whenever they can put down those paths, especially early on before we get set up, that can be really detrimental. So for that reason, I honestly wouldn't mind like one copy of Marnie in this deck for those sorts of situations. Like, I don't think we actually need a fourth stadium, because there's even times where these stadiums can clump up my hand, but I definitely wouldn't mind a fourth supporter, a fourth non-boss supporter, I'll say that at least, to be able to bail us out whenever those sorts of situations happen. But other than that, I think this list is in a pretty good spot. Feel free to try it out for yourself. And if you did enjoy this Dragapult deck today, of course, leave a like on the video. And if you want to take that support to the next level as well, you can also become a patron at patreon.com/rarecandytcg or pick up some merch at rarecandytcg.com. Links will be down below in the description. But as always, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.